area is a one distributor area, one key distributor area. This means we have just one key distributor on the island, which is Alma Stores. My name is Glory Leo Namdi. I'm Area Sales Manager for Island here in Lagos Division.
My name is Oguni Deroti. I'm a VSR Lekki, Lagos Island region.
My name is Metrico. I'm the Island Area Wholesale Manager.
My name is Uche Chiziko, Trade Activation Manager for Lekki Territory on the island.
My name is Joshua Agbadebo. I'm the BDM for Island Area.
Basically, I begin my day at 4 a.m. to ensure that everything is good at home. Then I set out for work at 5 a.m. I most times get into the warehouse at 6:45 ahead of the morning review, which begins at 7:30 in the morning.
I start my day by 6 a.m. I do a 1-hour drive from home to my distributor warehouse to ensure that I get to the office by 7 a.m. and kick off morning review by 7:30 a.m.
Okay, I set out in the morning. I leave my house at about 6:30 because I usually have a 30 minutes drive from my house to the warehouse. And then when I get to the warehouse, before the morning review, I go through my VSL's performance for the previous day and then see how we trended and make sure that everything that has been submitted as sales for the previous day has been captured rightly on DMS before the morning review.
I normally come to work latest 7 o'clock. So the reason for coming early is because we are having a lot of activities in the morning normally. So I come in at 7, I sign in from the security post because that's also normal to show that you are present at work. And after that, I go straight to my van to do my normal, regular blown facts. Blown fact, we check our brake, the light, our oil, the water level of the radiator. We check the mirror. Also, we check the fuel, which is very important. We check the air level of the truck. Then we check the cleanness of the van generally. And then the last one, we check the tire. So those are the abbreviated words that were coined out to become blown facts.
Before stepping out of the house, what I want to do is look through our numbers, check according to the JUBP plan that we have for the distributor. I want to find out where are we on the plan, what are the called out deliverables that we were supposed to deliver the day before and then on the particular day that we are on.
Good morning, team.
Good morning.
Guinness Nigeria.
Morning review here on the island begins at 7:30 a.m., which is the usual time for all other divisions across Nigeria. I don't call it morning review. Personally, I call it the breakfast session because it's a time for us to sit together as a family, as a team that we are, to forge ahead to ensure that the team delivers 100%.
Guinness Nigeria. F22. Mission is possible. Yes, we need to go out there and do what? I need to do what? I'm bringing the money. Yes. What do we need to do? Sell more. What do we need to do? Sell more. Yes, that's it. Let's take it to the front. Let's go to the trade for our customer. And do what? Sell.
When I came newly to the job, the review was actually one of the major things that polished me up to be a better van sales rep. So, and it's also a way of making sure you add to your effort every day. Day-to-day activities that are reviewed every day makes it easier and gives you more courage to want to do more in your day-to-day activity, and also to learn more about what the business is expected from you as a van sales rep.
The review is a very fantastic meeting that holds every morning where the previous day's sales performance is reviewed with clear insight into what is obtainable and what is happening in trades. Key performance indicators are shared. Then market intelligence reports are also generated to know how the market is doing basically, and of course how the total industry is also faring.
The morning review is where we come together as a team to analyze previous day's performance. So in analyzing the previous day's performance, we analyze by category. We have the brand Guinness, the lager, the APNAD, MSS, IPS, and also Scotch. And then we have a category we call our Most Twin. Our Most Twin comprises of our Guinness Smooth, our Origin Tiger Nut, and our Scotch. That's the red label and the black label. So we check what everybody have done across category and basically the Most Twin.
So every morning what we do is we review commitments from the previous day. We want to know what were the success stories that we had the previous day, what were some of the challenges that we had the previous day, what are some of the things that we can do to, cover up those challenges, and then how can we forge ahead to ensure that we close the gaps if there is any.
So for my team, when we come in for this review, I understand the fact that people come in from different backgrounds and we do not know what backlog of issues they could be having at home or anything. But then what I've done with my team is create a situation. I've created a place for them to be very relaxed with. I've given them an open arms to be able to come to me at any time they have issues. So they are very welcome here. So most times when they come to work, they come with a great vibe and they are happy to be at work. And I ensure that whatever personal issues they are having before coming to work is not going to interfere with whatever work they are going to have to do for the day.
So we have a lot of things we need to fix in our trades, and our trade activation manager is always pointing out areas we need to work on, areas we need to develop on, and areas we need to add more energy on to make sure we have a better performance.
After the morning review, we have a 10-minute review after the review. This is usually between myself and the full-time employees. This is to further engage the team, charge the team so that they can be in charge and be in the right focus for their individual teams. After which, I engage the business development manager alongside the business manager of the key distributor. Then I follow up to ensure that the guys do truck out from the warehouse at the right time.
Give it to me, guys! Give it to me, guys!
Charging my team, I go through their previous day's reports. We analyze their reports based on categories: brand Guinness, the lager, the APNAD, the MSS, the IPS, and as well Scotch in particular, because as a team we are trying to drive Most Twin, which comprises of the Guinness Smooth, the Origin Tiger Nut, and the Scotch. So we review all these reports during the morning review, and from there we can get to find out which VSLs did very well, and they shared, oh, this is what happened, this is why I was able to deliver. And for the VSLs that did not deliver, we'll be able to find out what challenges you had in trade, and also as a team we are able to identify what the challenges are and offer solutions to those challenges.
Accompaniment is a very important part of the day for me. This usually happens after my divisional meeting with the HOD, DPM, and other area sales manager. So accompaniment is the time that I get to interface with these customers. I join any of my trade activation managers in trade, or I join the wholesale manager. It's a time for me to interface with these customers and ensure that they are feeling the business rightly, and then we are also feeling them in the right manner. When I get into an outlet for an accompaniment, what I look out for is I look out for the activation standard and I look out for the execution standard. So looking out for the activation standard, I look out for quality, I look out for visibility, I look out for distribution, pricing, and promotions. And this helps me, this guides me to understand what happens with that particular outlet and territory at large. At the end of my accompaniment with my team, be it the trade activation manager or the wholesale manager, I provide feedback. And I do this mostly using Boost or Edic. This both work excellently well for me because it helps me to provide feedback, ensuring that it is balanced, it's observed, it is owned, it's specific, and it is timed. Depending on the peculiarity of the visit, I could also provide this feedback using EDIC. This is to show that it is explained, it is demonstrated, it is imitated, and then I close.
When I get to any outlet I'm calling on, the first thing I do is to do the stock check, to check the stocks they have, the ones they are already running out of. Then I stock up. I write it out and then present it to the store owner to know which one is going to be buying. But basically, I make sure every stocks must be available in the outlet every time I go in to sell to them. My role as a VSR is a very challenging role because there are so many things happening in trade beyond just selling, like challenges from touts and area boys and criminals at times. But we've been so trained up to learn how to, maneuver our ways when issues like that comes. And also law enforcement too can sometimes decide to take advantage of the fact that they know we are from a company and they want to extort money from us. So there are more challenges than just going out and selling.
For me as a wholesale manager, I manage the big people who are the big buyers. They buy in trucks, they buy in pallets. So I drive 60% of the area's targets. So I have the responsibility of making sure that the sales come in. So I go out to trades and I generate orders with wholesalers. What I drive every day is execution, I drive activation, and of course sales.
After every day's work, I truck back to the warehouse. I offload all my empties with my stock assistants. Then this empties guy comes around and take the stock. Then the stock guys will also come and take the remaining stock balance in my van, which will be forwarded to the accounting department, and the costing will be made. So I'm going to pay and do transfers. If there are checks, I'll drop the checks to cover up all the payments I need to do. Then I do a preloading against the following day. And I close for the day.
Closing my day, I visit 15 outlets every day. And this outlet, I plan it around a cluster because on the Lekki axis, we usually have traffic. So I make sure that my journey plan is something that is workable for me, something I can visit and complete my calls in a day.
I make 12 calls every day. So on the average, I spend 2 hours in traffic. This is Lagos. So I just ensure that my sales calls for the day are planned around a cluster. So this actually helps me to be more effective in managing every one of these accounts effectively. So I move from one outlet to another outlet in the shortest possible time.
So after my day in trade, I embark on some other meetings with other stakeholders from other segments, customer marketing, innovations, and all of that. After which, I have my personal review my objectives, I call that objectives for the day. We also get to receive a performance tracker from the business, which I review for my team to ascertain where we are and the gaps we need to close and what is going to inform the next day activity.